Hello everyone, welcome to this live streaming concert. Let us know in the comments where you are in the world and what time it is. I'm so happy to have you all joining us. I'm going to start with a song called Caledonia, and I'll tell you why it's so significant afterwards.
Changes that have come over me these last few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away, so I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I came from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I have moved and I've kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proving, lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. I have tried and I've kept on trying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I've traveled hard, sometimes with conscience flying, somewhere with the wind. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir, the flames that couldn't get any higher. They've withered, now they've gone. But I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow when the hands have shaken, the kisses flowed. Well, I will dare
everyone, and welcome. This concert is called For the Love of Music, and the reason is because it's kind of a bit of a Valentine's Day celebration, but I feel that romantic love is given too much attention. So we're not only going to be talking about romantic love today, we're also going to be looking at other kinds of love, like love of the homeland, love between a mother and child, love between friends, and a lot of it is about lost love, because I love those sad songs. Before I check in with the comments, I'm just going to let you know about Caledonia, because it is extremely significant at the moment, because Caledonia is having its 50-year anniversary or birthday this year. Isn't that amazing? It was 50 years ago that the song was written. And for those who might not know, Caledonia means Scotland. So that's a song about the love of the homeland. And Dougie MacLean wrote that song 50 years ago on a beach in Brittany, France. And he wrote it in only 10 minutes, which I think is amazing. He was obviously feeling very homesick, and then he went back to the hostel where he was staying and played it for his musician friends who were playing music with him in France. And when they heard it, I think they must have been very homesick too, because all of them ended up going back home the next day. So this is a very important year for Caledonia. So I'm just going to check in with those comments now. I'm talking to you from South Africa, Cape Town to be specific, and it is 8 p.m. here, or 8:07 right now, so I'm going to check where you are in the world. So Kayla's here, yay, hello Kayla, and I see Kerry is here from Scotland. Wow, that's cool, appropriate first song. Kayla says she's at work. Okay, well, it's amazing when people find the time to just pop in and out. That's really cool. And she's in Alabama, and Wouter is watching from the Netherlands. Awesome, and it sounds like they're just 1 hour behind us. And he says Happy New Year. Thank you, Wouter. You're a little late, but I'm still glad you're here in February. And Hamish is also watching from Reading in England. Welcome. And Natasha is watching from France. And Celia's in Norway. Welcome to both of you as well, Natasha and Celia. I'm so glad to have you watching. And there's Teddy in Las Vegas and Esther in Stockholm. My dad commented from Cape Town. And pardon? Oh yes, King Gaxi from Cape Town. You must put your name. Welcome, fellow Cape Townian. And Andreas is watching from Germany. I met him in Cape Town just a few weeks ago. And John is watching from Scotland, and Ava in England, and Jean is in Nebraska. Wow, there's people. There's even someone in Uruguay. That's Ruth. Welcome. That's so cool. I don't think we've ever had anyone from Uruguay watching before, so that's really awesome. So maybe Megs, you can just answer. Teddy's asking a question there, and Daniel's watching from Oxford. Welcome everybody. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the program we have lined up for today. You heard Caledonia. I'm also going to play my original composition, Sunshiny Day. Then I'm going to sing a lot of new songs for you today. Sweet Marie. It's a beautiful song about the Titanic violin, and then there's going to be some Scottish Gaelic songs, and I'm going to play my original tune, Hope Isn't Far Away. I'm going to sing a new Irish song. Well, it's not a new song, but it's new for me to perform for you, called There Were Roses, and then another Irish one called Jacket So Blue, and then I'm going to sing another Scottish Gaelic one called Fair Vata, and then a Scottish folk tune written by a Scottish musician. It's called If I Should Meet My Maker, and I'm ending with Nightingale. So that's what you have coming up for you in the next 50 minutes. I hope you'll stick around, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and we can chat a little bit in between. And I'm going to be telling you about some of these stories and why I chose them for this For the Love of Music theme. So this next one is Sunshiny Day, and I just wrote this because I was in a good mood on a sunshiny day. So I guess it's about love of summer and beautiful weather and beautiful music to go along with it. next up we have the song I mentioned about the Titanic violin. 12, Megan's just telling me, and my sister Megan's here helping, she says we are in 12 countries and 7 US states already, just from people in the comments. And I know that there are some of you who are a bit shy to comment and you haven't put down where you are in the world, and maybe we're in more countries, but just from the comments, we are in at least 12 different countries. That is awesome. So welcome everybody. This is an international affair today. All right, so I want to tell you this amazing story about a beautiful song that I came across a little while ago from a musician called Reg Muros, who I met here in Cape Town. He's a folk musician from England, and this song just spoke to me and I had to learn it. It's called Sweet Marie, and it's about the Titanic violin. So you might have heard the story that when the ship went down, that the band played on, the band continued playing, and the band leader was a violinist by the name of Wallace Hartley. And Wallace Hartley had a violin that was given to him by his fiancée on the occasion of their engagement, and that's the violin that he took with him and he was playing as the ship went down. So this song is from the perspective of Maria Robinson, his fiancée, and she talks about the violin and just their love lasting, because as it turns out, the violin was actually found about 2 weeks after the Titanic sank. They found that he had strapped it to his body. He obviously didn't have a life jacket, but he strapped the violin case to his body, and when they discovered his body, they discovered the violin at the same time. And so it was returned to Maria, and over the years it got lost for quite a few decades, and then it was rediscovered and it was auctioned for, I think it was $1.7 million in 2013. So it's quite a crazy story, and Reg Muros got to actually hold the Titanic violin after he wrote the song, which is insane. But I think the thing that just is the edge, or like just tips it over the edge with this beautiful romantic story, is that Maria Robinson, engaged to Wallace Hartley, she never married again. Quite tragic. So this is Sweet Marie.
I bought my love a violin so he could play for me. I bought my love a violin to calm the waves of the stormy sea. Though he'd be gone the longest time, he'd return again to me. And every note my darling played took further away my love from me. My name's Maria Robinson. He called me Sweet Marie, and that's the song that all night long my darling boy would play for me. All through that long remembered night, I heard that melody, and the notes he played while the few were saved took further away my love from me. The ship went down to the mournful sound of my sweetheart's violin. icy water froze his breath, but it never froze his heart. By the song he played, a pact was made that my love and I would never part. I bought my love a violin so he could play for me. I bought my love a violin to calm the waves of the stormy sea. There are those who say Wallace hardly played, nearer my God to thee. But our souls were bound as that great ship went down. And in my heart the band played Sweet Marie. And in my heart the band played Sweet Marie.
Isn't that a sad song? Oh my goodness. I have to like hold my emotions inside when I'm singing that song because otherwise I'll just cry. Oh my goodness, look at that beautiful collection of emojis from Diana Gish. She put a sad crying one and then a violin and then some little pink music notes. Perfect. Thank you, Diana, for that. Just going to take a sip of water. Some great chatting happening in the chat box. Really awesome. I'm so happy to see when there's some community happening and you're talking to each other. It really feels fun. I really like this community that we've developed through these live streaming concerts. So I'm happy to have each one of you here. Was there a question? Oh my goodness. Okay, Celia and Frida, Jean, John, and I think also Beryl. All paid for a ticket for this concert. Wow, thank you everyone. So this is completely voluntary and it's so awesome when you do decide to put some money towards this. If you would have been willing to pay for a ticket, whatever you would have been willing to pay if it was a real live concert, then it's very much appreciated if you pop it by the link down below in the description box. So if anyone else would like to do that, it keeps these concerts happening, and there's a link there where you can also make a voluntary ticket contribution. So thanks to those four, I really appreciate it. That's really cool. It's always very encouraging for me. Celia said, what's your favorite song to perform at the moment and why? Well, at the moment there are three. Oh no, I can't. I was going to say there's three favorites, but then I couldn't even leave out the others. Celia, that's too hard. I can't decide. Well, the three I was gonna say is Sweet Marie and There Were Roses and Jacket So Blue. But
That's just because they're the new ones.
Yes, it's because they're the new ones. I like performing songs that that it feels exciting for me to play, not preferably past the point of being a bit nervous that things aren't gonna go right. Like when it's comfortable to play, but that I really feel connected to the story. So that's why I'm enjoying those songs so much at the moment. But I'm also really enjoying the Scottish Gaelic, which brings me to the next song, which is, we've sung about love of the homeland, we've looked at love of a beautiful summery day, and we looked at Lost Love with Sweet Marie and the Titanic violin. Now we are going to take a little bit of a lighter note and look at Love for Potatoes. So this is two Gaelic songs that are a type of music called Push the Bill, which is Scottish mouth music, when it comes from the time when singers would be singing so that the dancers could dance to their music. when there weren't instruments around. Maybe some people say it originated from the time when England was suppressing Scottish culture, and so they were not allowed to play bagpipes and fiddles and all of that, but behind closed doors the singers would be singing those tunes so the dancers could keep dancing. And so the melody and the rhythm is way more important than the lyrics with these songs, and so that's why sometimes they have quite crazy lyrics. So in this one, the first tune, it's there is a big potato, there is a dry potato, it's big enough for two. And then the second half says, even if it was big and even if it was dry, it wouldn't be enough for two. And then the second song in the little set, it says, I love potatoes, I love butter, and I love the girls from this village. I'm not sure if it's in that order, but yeah, potatoes are good.
Happen dat de mod, happen dat de chidum, happen dat de mod, ron retoyesh, happen dat de mod, happen dat de chidum, happen dat de mod, ron retoyesh, get a weer mod, get a weer chidum, get a weer mod, ganon retoyesh, get a weer mod, get a weer chidum, get a weer mod, ganon retoyesh, happen dat de mod, happen dat de chidum, happen dat de mod, ron retoyesh, happen dat de mod, happen dat de chidum, happen dat de mod, ron retoyesh, get a weer mod, get a weer chidum, get a weer mod, ganon retoyesh, get a weer mod, get a weer chidum, get a weer mod, ganon retoyesh, stel hem in pentat de seem, stel hem in de kalken, stel hem in pentat de seem, snine kana vale show, stel hem in pentat de seem, stel hem in de kalken, stel hem in pentat de seem, snine kana vale show, stel hem in pentat de seem, stel hem in de kalken, stel hem in pentat de seem, snine kana vale show, stel hem in pentat de seem, stel hem in de kalken, stel hem in pentat de seem, snine kana vale show, stel hem in pentat de seem, stel hem in de kalken, stel hem in pentat de seem, snine kana vale show, stel hem in pentat de seem, stel hem in de kalken, stel hem in pentat de seem, snine kana vale show, stel hem in pentat de seem, stel hem in de kalken, stel hem in pentat de seem, snine kana vale show, stel hem in pentat de seem, stel hem in de kalken, stel hem in pentat de seem, snine kana vale show.
So now everyone's going to be craving potatoes.
Read John's comment.
John says, every time you do the Scottish songs, Gaelic or otherwise, it sounds as if an inner Scottish accent is coming through. That's cool. Thanks, John. Oh my goodness. Arno and Hamish both paid for their tickets. Thank you so much. That's really amazing. Wow, that was quick work after the last ones I announced. If anyone else would like to, remember that link is in the description box. And I was...
Sorry, look at Andreas's emoji.
Oh, Andreas is giving us some potato emojis. Thank you. That's extremely appropriate. And I think he's showing us potato, but then also potato crisps. No, not potato crisps, fries, like what we call chips. And I guess that shows that many people around the world have a great love for potatoes in whatever form. So I was going to say, I should have mentioned before I sang that you are very welcome to dance along while I'm singing, or sing along in whichever song.
There's a couple of comments you should reply to.
Okay, Monica says, Christy-Lyn, do you maybe have some original compositions or some plans for it? Perfect timing. The next one is an original one. The second song or tune I played, Sunshiny Day, is also an original one, and I have more that are underway but not yet ready for performing, so I'm just doing these two at the moment. Okay, so this
one more.
Hamish says, lovely harp, what make is it and how many strings? It's an Ogden, 34 strings. And the other thing I was going to mention about the Scottish Gaelic songs is people who haven't heard me sing them before might not know that I actually learned many of these songs from Scottish singers over Skype. Isn't that cool that you can learn this ancient language over modern technology? And just in case you're a harpist, I do actually give harp lessons over Skype as well. It's a really good way to learn if you don't have a teacher in your area that suits you or that teaches exactly what you want to learn. So I've used that for the Gaelic singing, but many people use it for harp lessons. Really awesome. Kerry had hash browns for breakfast. Yay! Okay, so this is Hope Isn't Far Away, one of my original compositions. And I wrote this, I guess in a way it's my version of Love of the Homeland kind of song. It doesn't have any words, it's just an instrumental, but I wrote it in response to seeing how many difficult things there are around me, particularly in South Africa. You know, times aren't always easy in your country or with your friends, seeing people that don't have enough food, and you know, there's a lot of challenges in the world today, and it can be hard to not get discouraged by all of that, but I still feel very strongly that there's always hope. And so this is called Hope Isn't Far Away. Now we're going to be onto something very sad. That was all hopeful.
First, look at Luke's comment.
Luke says, my girlfriend and I danced to Hope Isn't Far Away last night to celebrate Valentine's Day and each other. Oh, that's so sweet. That's really nice, Luke. Thanks for sharing that story. Oh, so sweet. I didn't know anyone had ever danced to Hope Isn't Far Away, so that's a very special story. I just poked, sorry for stopping halfway through that, I just poked my finger on the back of one of my strings, or the end of one of my strings, and it spiked me and now I'm bleeding.
Oh no, I need a tissue.
It's not bad though. Thanks. So that song, Hope Isn't Far Away, is very much the message I like to put out into the world, that there is still hope, and that not everything is sad and gloomy, but there is hope for the world, there is hope for us as individuals. And it's been interesting for me to then look at the fact that I sing so many sad songs. How does that fit in? But I just love sad songs. They're so beautiful and they really speak to me deep down. And I realized that part of the reason I really like the sad songs is because I feel a sense of hope from that. So this next one is going to be one of those really sad songs, and I think it can be quite a beautiful thing to have a very, very sad story that is, I guess, immortalized in a song with beautiful music that will last throughout time. Even though it's a very, very sad story, it's been made into something beautiful, and I think that in itself can be a message of hope. So let me just take a sip before I explain the next song. Andreas paid for a ticket. Thank you, Andreas. That's so sweet. When Andreas visited Cape Town, we met him, and he watched me perform live here in Cape Town, and he'd come all the way from Germany to see the country and also to hear me perform live. Isn't that really cool? But if anyone else would like to contribute to these concerts and pay whatever you would have been willing to pay for a ticket if this had been a real life concert in person, I would very much appreciate that. There is a link in the description box. So thank you, Andreas. Okay, I think I'm ready to explain the next song.
Sorry about the coughing.
Megan is like walking off to the other room to cough every now and then because she's been a little bit sick. Actually sick for too long, for a week now, I think. Anyway, it's alright. I'm sure it's not coming across too loudly on the live stream. Alright, so this next one is called There Were Roses, and it's a song from Northern Ireland. I don't know how many of you have heard of what is it called, Megs? I went blank. The Troubles. Thank you. That's what sisters are for. So there was a time in Northern Ireland called the Troubles, and it went from the 1960s right up until as recently as the 1990s, where there was a lot of conflict between Catholics and Protestants, and many people died. It wasn't because of religious conflict, like conflict between religious beliefs. It was political, but the divide was across those two religious groups, and most of the conflict was really happening with the military and with rebel groups, I guess, and many people died during that time. It was really extremely tragic, and I think many people still bear the scars of that today. So this song was written by a man from Northern Ireland who's an amazing folk singer called Tommy Sands, and this is a true story in this song about two of his friends that I guess his family had a house on Ryan Road where people would come for music and dancing and singing and just to socialize together, and this song is about two of his friends that were part of that, and just telling the true story of what happened to them during that time. So this is called There Were Roses.
My song for you this evening, well, it's not to make you sad, not for adding to the sorrows of this troubled northern land. But lately I've been thinking, and it just won't leave my mind, to tell you of two friends one time who were both good friends of mine. Alan Bell from Baynard, he lived just across the field, a great one for the music, for the dancing and the reels. Sean O'Malley came from South Armagh to court young Alice Fair, and they often met Sean was Catholic born, but it never made a difference. For the friendship, it was strong. And sometimes in the evening, when we heard the sound of drums, we said it won't divide us, we will always be as one. For the grounds our fathers plowed in, well, the soil is just the same. And the places where we say our prayers, they just have different names. We talked about the friends who died, and we hoped there'd be no more. It was little then we realized the tragedy in store. There were roses, roses, there were roses, and the tears of a people ran together. It was on a Sunday morning that the awful news came round. Another killing had been done just outside Newry town. We knew that Alan danced up there, we knew he liked the band. But when we heard that he was dead, we just could not understand. Well, fear, it filled the countryside. There was fear in every home. When the car of death came prowling round the lonely Ryan Road, a Catholic would be killed tonight to even up the score. Then we heard it's young O'Malley that they've taken from the door. There were roses, roses, there were roses, and the tears of a people ran together. Alan was my friend, he cried, he begged them with his fear. But centuries of hatred have ears that cannot hear. An eye for an eye was all that filled their minds, and another eye for another eye, until everyone is blind. I don't know what the moral is, or where the song should end, but I wonder just how many wars have been fought between good friends. And those who give the orders are not the ones to die. It's Bell and young O'Malley and the likes of you and I. There were roses, roses, there were roses, and the tears of a people ran together.
Did you survive the sad song? Or are you all feeling like you need a hug now? Is there any comments I need to check in with, Megs? Okay, so I hope you survived.
Oh,
but
Charlene's here.
Charlene, yay! Welcome, my friend. I'm so glad you're watching. So, Brooke Brooke paid for his ticket. Yay! Thank you, Brooke. That's so kind and so exciting, and you're keeping it going. And if anyone else wants to do that, there's a link in the description box. Whatever you would have been willing to pay for a concert in real life would be very much appreciated. Luke says, hearing that song made me think back over my life so far and all the sad times I have had, but also the change that became of me for the better because of those moments. Very profound, Luke. Thanks for sharing those thoughts. Yeah, it's quite, those songs really do make you look back on your own life. Kerry says she was falling asleep. That's very Scottish of you. No, I'm only joking. All right, so I don't mind when people fall asleep, by the way. That was just a joke. I think the harp is so soothing that I don't blame you. It makes everyone feel relaxed and comfortable and like you could just sleep for the whole night. So I'm glad it was making you relaxed. But I'm going to do another song from Northern Ireland, but this time it's one that's a little bit happier. So that one was clearly about lost love, but it was also about love between friends and how friendship love can really cross so many boundaries, and it's really sad when that gets broken by outsiders. Charlene too.
Paid for a ticket.
Oh yay! Thank you, Charlene. That's so kind. I'm very happy. Thank you, my friend. All right, so this one is also from Northern Ireland, and it's also a love song, but it's about unrequited love, which is when one person loves another person and they just don't love them back, which is very sad, and it's happened to most of us. But in this particular case, I think this girl who's singing the song could have seen the signs if she was a little bit smarter, because she even says in the song, and you'll hear in the second verse, the first time I saw my love, he ran away. She tried to talk to him and he ran away. I think that's a clear sign that maybe he's not interested. But she keeps on going for it. She offers to pay him out of his job. So she even wants to pay for his love. And then you'll hear at the end, I don't think she learns her lesson at the end.
Tell them what she says at the end.
At the end, she decides that she's going to... Oh, well, you'll hear it. You'll hear it. I don't want to give it away. So just listen to the words. Hopefully I'll be able to enunciate clearly enough that you'll be able to follow the story. Oh, it's called Jacket So Blue.
A ship's crew of sailors, as you may understand, bound for the West Indies or some foreign land. There's one lad amongst them I wish I never knew. He's my bonny, bonny sailor with the jacket so blue. The first time that I saw my love, he had a spyglass in his hand. I went to talk to him, but he would not stand. I went to talk to him, but from me he flew, and my heart it went along with him and his jacket so blue. Says I, my noble sailor, I'll buy your discharge. I'll free you from sailing and set you at large. I'll free you from the man of war if your heart does be true, and I'll never let a stain on your jacket so blue. Says I, my noble lady, you'll buy my discharge. You'll free me from sailing and set me at large. You'll free me from the man of war if my heart does be true. Ah, but what then would my own lovely Scotch lassie do? For I have a lassie in my own country, and I would sit in my chamber right close to my view, and I'll say I loved a sailor with a heart that is true.
So, what a silly girl. She's still happy that she loved him because his heart was true, even though it was true to someone else. Oh my goodness, that is not how you move on, my dear. You do not keep his picture next to your bed. Oh, Aki paid for their ticket. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. So we're keeping the concerts coming. We're doing these every month at the moment. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a warning that we're actually going to be changing things a little bit in the near future. Hopefully to another platform other than YouTube. We'll tell you more about it, I know. And we might be doing it a little less often, but it's still going to be really good, and we're going to have a completely different set list every time. So we'll tell you a little more details soon. But if you want to keep these concerts, keep on watching these concerts, you have to make sure that you're on my email list so that you can hear those kind of updates, because we haven't yet decided all the details. So make sure you sign up. There's a link in the description box for that as well. And while you're there, maybe you can also pay for a ticket. That would be great. And you can sign up to my email list to make sure that you don't miss out on any of these concerts, because we always send out emails about them. Is there anything else I should check in with? Wow, that's very pretty flowers, Andreas. Thank you.
It's about the roses. There were roses.
Oh, so sad. He's very good with emojis today. We have 3 more songs and not very much time, so I'm going to keep it simple, or hopefully you'll be able to stick around till just after 9 if I don't finish the songs before then. So this next one is another Scottish Gaelic song, and it's another one about a girl loving a sailor and people telling her that she's probably not very clever for doing that, because as it always happens in the stories, the sailor goes away and you never know if he has other girls in other towns, and she doesn't see him returning. So the story of the song is she goes up onto the highest hill to see if her love is coming home. She doesn't see him, so she goes home crying, and then she asks the other sailors whether they've seen her love, and they tell her that she's a fool to love him. So if you would like to sing along with this, I'm just going to sing through the chorus once and tell you the words, and then maybe we can have people singing along all around the world, because that's how they often do it in Scotland. This is a very well-known Gaelic song, and people will usually join in with the chorus. So let me just teach that chorus to you. It's Fair Avata. No, actually Fair Avata is the name of the song. When we sing it in the chorus, we say Ir Avata. So Ir Avata. And then the second half of it is Snahoro Ela. Snahoro Ela. And that it means, oh my boatman, and then Snahoroela doesn't mean anything. It's just like fa la 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 in Scottish Gaelic. And then at the end of the chorus it says, my best wishes be with you wherever you may be. And that's a little more difficult, so I don't think I will teach you that part, but you can just la 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 along if you want to. So this is how the tune goes. Now you try it. Snahoroela, Snahoroela, Iravate. Your turn. Iravate, Snahoroela, Snahoroela, Iravate. Iravata, Snahoroela, Snahoroela. And then the last little bit. Mohoris lat skachin chechu. So you can give that your best attempt if you like. We won't laugh at you because we can't hear you. Okay, so I'm going to sing the verses and you can join for the chorus. So I'm going to sing the chorus once through, and then I'll sing 2 verses, and you can join every time that same chorus comes back again. Iravate Snahoroela, Iravate
snahoroela irevate snahoroela mohorislan lat skachatjenchechu strik mi shaltin on chnoch gesarstja jachem feik mi feravate en chiku nu non chiku maroch smer chiku ijer gertruagetami iravate snahoroela iravate snahoroela iravate snahoroela mohorislan lat skachatjenchechu hamohrisa brisje brucha strik na jora ruyom hulen en chiku nog nombi mohulrut non dun min dores leos na hurchich iravate snahoroela iravate snahoroela iravate snahoroela mohorislan lat skachatjenchechu iravate snahoroela iravate snahoroela iravate snahoroela mohorislan lat skachatjenchechu.
So who sang along? You have to put it in the comments if you sang with me, and maybe you can put what country you were singing from so we can see how many countries sang together. But it was a very sad song, yes. Although maybe after the song ended, then the sailor came back. I guess we could think of it that way. I see there's some interesting conversation happening in the comments about pirates, and Ram is saying all the sailors get all the girls. Then Voter said, "Arr, matey, right you be." And then Kerry said, "That is not Scottish, that's pirate, Voter." Oh my goodness, and then they're talking about Donald left his trousers in the locker. Oh my goodness, craziness happening there. So if you're not looking at the chat, you should be, because it's interesting. Aki said, "Me singing equals, ah! My neighbors who are listening equals, ah!" Oh my goodness, you're so funny. Well, thanks for singing along. Luke tried to sing too. He says he's a terrible singer, but he tried to sing along. Thank you, Luke. That's awesome. So we're in at least England and South Africa. And where was Aki from?
Uruguay. I think.
Uruguay. Was that Uruguay? Well, that's cool. And singing along from Norway. And Charlene's in... Okay, United States was singing too. Thanks, Brooke. My neighbor started banging on the wall. Oh dear. Well, at least it wasn't a very long song. They can hang on until the end of the song, I think. Oh man. Or you can hum next time. Oh, Natasha sang in France. Oh, it doesn't matter whether it sounded good or not. You sang along, and that's awesome. Okay, so we're going to do the second last one now.
Aki's in Finland.
Oh, Finland. Oh, that's really cool. Welcome from Finland. Awesome to be singing together. So now we're going to do If I Should Meet My Maker.
Yeah, all
And
emotional songs.
yeah,
today.
I know. I'm really not leaving you much chance to, I don't know, recover from the few tears of the previous song before you have to bring out your tissues again. But I just love these sad songs, and it just so happens that I learned quite a few sad songs recently. Sweden is here too. Awesome. Okay, so this one is one that I heard when I was at the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland, and, well, obviously, not the Edinburgh Festival in Cape Town, in Scotland. And when I heard Maddie Campbell singing this song, it just touched my heart, and I had to learn it. So I'm really hoping that the song will be special to you too. If I Should Meet My Maker.
If I should meet my maker on a quiet afternoon, when clouds are blocking out the sun and nothing's quite in tune, I would ask my maker for some well-deserved respite, and even break another chance to catch some of the light. If I should meet my maker in the middle of the night, when sleep is hard to come by and my prospects none too bright, I would ask my maker why my life is such a wreck, why the cards that I've been dealt are from the bottom of the deck. And maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't blame my maker for mistakes that I could own. And maybe, just maybe, I should thank my maker for the chances I have blown. If I should meet my maker on the last day of my life, when my fate is balanced on the tip of fortune's knife, I would ask my maker to send the lamb, the dove, to comfort and remind me that I was always loved. To comfort and remind me that I was always loved.
I see Charlene and Luke are bonding over their lack of singing skills. Luke says he was kicked out of his old theatre company for being a terrible singer. Oh, well. You know, I think that people overemphasize how important it is to be good at singing. I think everyone should just sing anyway, and maybe not everyone's meant to sing on stage, that's all right, but sing anyway. It doesn't matter if it doesn't sound good, because it's fun, and we can all sing for fun. All right, so we have one last song for you.
What do you think about telling them what you're working on today? Sneak peek?
No, that's a surprise. Okay, we have a surprise coming, but we won't tell you about it today. Okay, so the last one is about love between a mother and a child. It is from Deborah Henson Conant, the wonderful American harpist and singer. And she wrote the song after her mother passed away, just speaking about how her mother is like a nightingale, and who will sing for her when she's gone. You know, the mother's love is so important. So I would like, after all of this talk and song about love today, and a lot about lost love actually, my hope for you would be that you'd go away from today's concert really appreciating the people that you have in your life that you love, and wanting to let them know, because you never know when it's too late. And also to really give love and be generous with your love, because your love in someone else's life can't be replaced. So you are really significant, and make sure that you reach out to those people around them and give love generously. So this is Nightingale. And I hope you really enjoyed this concert. I will check in with the comments afterwards, but this is the last song. So you have my full permission to fall asleep. Thanks, mate. It's always nice to hear some claps in person. Oh, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today. I had such a wonderful time sharing these songs with you. Many of them I have never performed for a live audience like this, except for two or three, like a handful of people in my house, like friends of ours. But other than that, I haven't performed it for people. So you guys are the first, and I'm so happy that you enjoyed these songs and the concert today. GTOLI Ollie 4 says, could you do improvisation or instrumental piece before finishing? I definitely could. That's a cool request.
Look at this.
This kind of live event is a good enough reason for internet to exist. Wow, we need to quote that when we advertise these concerts. That is quotable, Aki. Thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you. Such a good comment.
Look here.
Your love in someone else's life can't be replaced. I'm saving this quote. Thank you so much. Oh, that's a pleasure, Brooke. Oh, man. I didn't know I was quotable. Okay. Oh, Lizzie's here. Yay. I'm so glad you popped in. Okay, so I've actually officially finished. If you have any more questions or comments, I will check in with them, and I'm going to do a little improvisation. It's not completely from scratch though, because this is a little improvisation I've been working on now and then, and I keep on coming back to it. And I'm sure it's going to end up being maybe a song, because it doesn't seem like a complete piece on its own. So I think I need to add some words and a melody on top of this. But yeah, there's something about this little pattern that I enjoy. I have to just remember it. So hopefully that will be a song before too long. Oh, you're welcome to put in the comments. I see Carrie said that she thinks it sounds like a lullaby. Does anyone else have an interpretation of what that sounded like? Because maybe that will influence the lyrics I write. How's that? You're part of creating music here. Jovet J says this has a very strong guitar vibe to it. Cool. Yeah, I guess it sounds a little bit like finger-picking guitar. Maybe the order that I'm playing the notes in and everything. Ah, Natasha liked it. GT says, very ethereal. Oh, Rom said, what happens to Christy's finger? Oh, I was just making a mountain out of a molehill. I just hurt my finger enough that there was a little bit of blood. You know, these strings attached to the harp here, and there's a little end to it that's quite sharp. So especially the top strings are quite narrow and it can be a little sharp. I've done it before. It's basically like sticking a thick needle into your finger. So that's what I did. No, but it's not, I mean, I can't even tell where it is now. But because my fingertips aren't very sensitive anymore because of playing the harp, so somehow it managed to get through the calluses, but no, I'm already fine. But thanks for your concern. Sounded more like a story, like a love story, lost each other and then found each other again. Oh, cool. Awesome. Thanks for that, Charlene. Well, as you can hear, I like that type of story. I sang a few of those today, although not always finding each other again, very sadly. So maybe I should make a happy version.
Do you want to scroll through the comments a bit too?
Yeah, let's just see if there's anything. Lizzie said she got the last few songs. That's great.
It was fantastic. Thank you.
Natasha enjoyed it. And Carrie says she's been running around with brownie guides all day and she was exhausted. Wow, well, I went to brownies and my mom was the brownie guider. and I went to guides and then rangers after that. So I've been very involved in the girl guides movement. So that's really cool that you're a brown owl. Oh no, I don't know, you didn't say you were a brown owl, you just said you were with the brownie guides. Okay, cool. Do you play any songs that are written for or about couples? Because I would love to play one for my girlfriend. Luke was asking. So have a look on Hope Isn't Far Away, the CD. I don't know if you've downloaded it. There's a link. There should be a link down below where you can go and look for it either on iTunes or on all the online platforms. I think maybe Luke has it already. But there are some songs there that would be really appropriate. Like, Songbird would be a good romantic one to sing for your girlfriend, or Fields of Gold.
Except not sing, because he said he doesn't sing.
Oh, well, maybe not sing. Okay, you can just play an instrumental version. What else is a good love song from there? Time After Time. Maybe even Falling Slowly. So that's good. No, Megan, I'm tired. I need to go. She's saying you can request one last song, and I'm like, no, I'm so tired. Okay. Carrie's. Oh, I remember you, Carrie. I've also connected with you on Instagram. Okay. Now I'm realizing you're the same person. Okay, awesome. Renan says, hello, I'm from Brazil and I started to play the harp a few weeks ago. You inspired me to start and your voice is so beautiful. Your videos are helping me a lot. Wow, I inspired a new harpist. That's amazing. Thank you for telling me. And that means that we were in 13 countries at least. Just from the comments, we were in 13 countries today. Very cool. I'm so glad you were watching. And all the best with learning the harp. It's really exciting in the beginning, and I've got a new tutorial for beginner harpists coming out on Thursday, I think it is, or maybe the following Thursday. So keep a watch out, because I'm trying to do more and more for beginner harpists. So that's really awesome. I hope you have a wonderful time learning, and let me know, give me some updates by email about how it's going. Okay, I think I'm gonna go today because I think I'm tired, and I think the reason is because I didn't have something to eat. I didn't have my dinner this evening. So, Kayla paid for a ticket. Thank you so much, my friend. Kayla is one of my Skype's harp students, and she was watching the concert and she paid for her ticket. Thank you so much. That really, really is awesome. So sweet of you. And for anyone else, if you're still hanging around and you enjoyed this, there's a link down below where you can pay a voluntary ticket contribution to keep these concerts coming. Whatever you would have been willing to pay for a concert in real life would be very much appreciated. So thank you, Kayla. And for everybody else who contributed today, you probably don't know how much that actually genuinely keeps us doing these. So yeah, it doesn't go to anything else but keeping this music business running and keeping us producing content here on YouTube and online in general. So I'm going to go now. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And remember to tell your loved ones that you love them and to be generous with your love, and not only romantic love, friendships, with your family. It's never too late to reunite with somebody when your relationship is not where you'd like it to be. So put yourself out there and be generous with that love. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again next month in March. Make sure you're on my email list so you can hear about it.